6 years later, making your return back to Major League Soccer.
Yeah.
What led to this decision in coming back here?
It was a lot of things actually. I think it was just the right time. It's exciting times in Major League Soccer, and to be quite honest, I'd been having that itch for a while, but I'd been under contract for the last 3 years, so it was difficult. And when the opportunity presented itself to come back to the MLS, it was something that I obviously considered. And once those considerations started taking more of a serious note, Toronto wasn't really in the picture, and out of kind of final hour they came to be a pleasant surprise. So I'm extremely excited, extremely happy the way things just kind of turned out.
You have versatility in how you're able to play. Having success within a club, it's important to know your role.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you know your role coming in here?
Yeah, I'm a veteran player. I've been around plenty of different types of squads, different types of soccer, different brands, play different positions. So it's about just coming in and lending some of that experience. I haven't played a competitive match in 3 months, so I'm excited to kind of see what I can do and help the team in any way. So whether it's coming off the bench, playing outside mid, playing up top, whatever it takes, whatever I can do to help the team, I'm going to do it. I think the one thing that I've kind of I've taken pride in throughout my career is that I consider myself a winner. I've been fortunate enough to win along different places along the way, and I hope I hope it's no different.
How much does it help to have Michael Bradley, Josie Altidore, and Greg Vanney, guys that you know from before?
I'll tell you what, it doesn't hurt. It's definitely comforting. Not just because I know those guys, but because I think guys like Josie, like Michael, Jovinko, those are very good players. So it's comforting knowing those guys are on your squad, and Greg's a very familiar face. I got to see Greg play, and I got to have him as a teammate, so I know what he's about. I know what he wants to instill, and I can kind of relate to that. And coming here, Greg was very straightforward with me, and I'm excited at the challenge.
Is it weird playing for a guy that you're a teammate with way back when?
No, it's not the first time. Hopefully I stick around for a little longer, so you'll probably see it a little more, or I get to experience it a little more, see colleagues, former colleagues turn into kind of coaches and whatnot. But these are exciting times, I'll tell you that, and I'm really excited to be here. It's stranger being on this side kind of the picture now, because all the battles I had with Toronto is a city that I'm familiar with, it's a team that I'm familiar with, and I'm thrilled to be here.
As an outsider, what's your impression of how the league has grown over the time you've been away, not just here in Toronto?
Well, I don't consider myself an outsider. I consider myself, one of the building blocks. I mean, quite honest, I was a huge MLS fan before I was a player, and I got to play with a team I grew up watching against, with players that I idolized, like Kobe and Alexi and guys like that. So Kevin Hartman. So I'm excited and to leave and come back 6 years later and kind of know what it was like back then, to see just how far it's come now. It's really amazing. I mean, it's a shame, but it's what we want. You don't want players taking it for granted, but you want this to be the standard.
Right. Let me word it a different way. Some of the players you played in Mexico, how different do they now view Major League Soccer with a lot of these international stars coming over?
I think it's years now. There's not one team that I've been on where I don't get asked about Major League Soccer. Right. I don't get asked about, living in what's the U.S. or Canada, and in cities like Toronto, where it's, it's a privilege to get to play football in a city like this, call this home. We come to these cities and you visit when you play like Champions League, and that's the first thing people ask. What's the league like? What's the talent like? They ask you everything, and it goes to show that interest is peaked for good reason, because they're starting to see those results. They're starting to see that recognition, and it's good. It's a great thing.
How do you feel you fit in on this club? Where do you do your role with the Reds?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a work in progress. I don't expect it to be a work in progress. I expect to be held to the same standards as everybody else, and come Saturday, if I get any minutes, I'm going to kill myself, for the Shield, and I'm going to do everything I can to help this team. That's the type of player I am. I'm not anything flashy. I'm all hard work, and I like to think it's a little bit of more finished products, more end results. So hopefully that's the case, and I'm excited.